Do you got habits that are starting to weigh you down? Are we realizing that drinking, smoking, whatever it is that we're attached to is not really taking us to the place that we want it to? Maybe we're starting to realize we're not even moving in any which direction. We're just kind of staying in the same situation. Yo-Yo is your friendly neighborhood knucklehead, and in this video, I'm gonna talk about letting go of substances so that we can start progressing as a person and as an artist. Now, one big misconception that I've experienced with substances is it levels the playing field of everybody. It can seem like everyone that is on a similar substance, like if you're in a bar full of people drinking, everybody is kind of on the same wavelength. But really, it can also be that everyone is hitting the same ceiling. And that ceiling is actually preventing everybody from deeper connections, from real experiences. Sometimes it could even be preventing us from remembering what we're doing that night. Sometimes we can look at substances like a snooze button. Like every time we go back to whatever substance we're using, we just hit the snooze button on progressing as people. It can be a lot easier to fall in line with those habits than it is to confront the reason why we fell into those habits in the first place. When I first started using substances, I was kind of a teenager and I really didn't feel safe at home. I really didn't feel really all that connected to my parents. And I found that staying out and hanging out with the people that were using substances really put me in a social situation where otherwise I would probably just be alone. And then becoming that person that was just always out and always using substances, it really became a part of my identity. That was who I was. I was the kid I was the pothead kid, I was the drinking kid. That was who I was. In order to change that, I really had to confront the root of it all, which was me just not liking myself, hating myself, and thinking that I needed these substances in order to be around other people, in order for other people to want to be around me. So getting sober for me was very much about confronting the demons, confronting what my core beliefs are, and confronting the weight, confronting the thing that's weighing me down that I have piled substances on top of to sort of keep that weight buried. And so I'll ask you, what do you think you might be hiding with substances? Maybe we're drinking because we're insecure in social situations, insecure with ourselves. Maybe we're drinking because we can't handle some of the pain that we've experienced. Maybe we're pounding coffee and energy drinks and caffeine so that we can pretend to have enough energy to get through a day that we don't even really want to get through. Maybe we're smoking weed all the time or using cannabis because we're uncomfortable with the reality that surrounds us. So we just need to pretend it doesn't exist. Even video games sometimes can just be a total distraction from experiencing the reality around us. That was a big thing for me, especially after this last breakup that I just went through. Video games were what got me through the morning when I was feeling really sick and hopelessly sad and just completely heartbroken. I could just fire up the computer and I was in a completely different world. When we can be aware of why we got involved with these habits, how we got involved with these substances, then we can really start to confront what those deeper things are, what those root causes are. And in doing that, we'll become more present in the moment. We can be able to recognize when those things come up, when those insecurities come up, when those uncomfortable feelings come up. And instead of lighting up a cigarette, we can sit with those feelings, confront those feelings, allow ourselves to experience the full spectrum of life, the good with the bad, you know, the total balance. And even as a creative, taking an observant role with those situations when we're really feeling down, in a depression, or uncomfortable in social situations, being observant to them, being conscious of when they're happening, writing them down or something, that can really be something that contributes to a future creative project, a future piece of music, poetry, any kind of writing, any kind of creating, even a painting or something. And we can dial it back even further to when we do take ownership of our demons, of our pain, of our discomfort, of the things that are weighing us down. When we take ownership of that and we can even be vulnerable with it to other people, we can really establish some deeper connections with people and even develop a more magnetic energy. And that's going to establish a lot of trust with other people. And also, it's going to establish a lot of relatable elements that will be really cool and really magnetic in your art. Anything that's relatable makes great art. From memes to TikToks to paintings to songs, anything. Anything where humans can share each other's experience in a way that communicates emotions, pain, vulnerability, that all makes for some great art and great content. So if you made it this far in the video, you might as well give me a thumbs up and subscribe for future videos. There's one I'll put right up here. Those are the 3 steps that I took to get sober that you can help if you want even more stuff about getting into a sober mindset. And up here, I'll put also taking away the victim mindset, taking away the victim mentality, and really embracing what your past is, because it doesn't have to define who you are in the present and who you're going to be in the future. Every moment is a new moment. See you in the next video, and stay creative.